Hello everybody and welcome to my first building tutorial. In this building tutorial, we'll be building a house, and you'll see all the different steps that I will be doing during the build of this house. Alright, so first we'd want to do is generate a pallet. So pallet will consist of your main blocks that you'll be using during your build. For example, all these are part of a pallet. So we have our core blocks. These are the 3 core blocks. We have the half slab block, this stairs block. We have a decoration side block, supports block, door, and another core block. So what we need to do is we also want to have a bit more of these stairs and slabs. And then we'd want our glass blocks. So if you're trying to decide on multiple or different blocks to choose, you might want to look between these 3, the black, the white, and the gray, and then look at the difference between each block. Now, I think, personally, if I like the white better for that, but then there's always this part of the woods, which I think the white actually still looks good. So that means we will be using the white stained glass paint as well. Just doing that to make it neater. Alright, so next, now that we have our palette, we'll be wanting to make our foundation. Now, our foundation, all you need to do is stick a random of your support block right there, and just run whatever distance you want. I'm gonna say this is a good distance. And what some people mess up on when they're making their support blocks, if they have support blocks, is that they would make it way too square, like this. It's just a square, and it would just end up in a big blocky house. And what a blocky house would be, it would look a bit like this. Now, this isn't really a great house because it's just a block. Say if you're cut down some trees here, you got your oak wood, and I don't know, maybe you're exploring, got some of your minerals, and then you go back to your house. You're like, okay, back at my house, it's all boring. Okay, do some of your stuff, crafting. But then you go out, you're all like sad because you don't have a good house. So you're gonna want to have a house that looks a bit more like this. Now, already you can see that the house still looks so much more better. So let's say again, you were collecting some of your trees, got some wood, did some mining, got minerals. Then you go back to your house. You're like, oh, yep, I got my little extension. You can have a big, nice open area. Then you can have your crafting over here, your furnace over here, then like a little bed over here. And there's so much more room, and it's a bit more cozy. Oh, whoops. And yeah, it's just better. Next, you'd want to have kind of a pathway like this. Well, still it's kind of bland, but it's a lot better than this, because this is just straight, and the materials don't look good enough, as this kind of looks like gravel. Now, gravel isn't really the best, as, say, if you put these 2 together, I feel like this has a better texture than gravel. But yeah. Alright, so now back to our little frame that we're about to put up. what we're gonna do to make it better is we're gonna leave a block of gap of 3, and then block gap of 3 and 3. Now some people say, oh yeah, we're ready to be building, but no, you're not. What you want to do is you want to extend these out a little bit, because you'll see later. And instead, make a block gap of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then put your block there, delete it there. Now it's even bigger, and you have more space to work with. Now that we have our supports done, almost, well, this is just our main structure. We're not even done, depending on which direction you want to go in. So maybe there's physical obstacles, like you're gonna want to see maybe there's a big mountain over here, or maybe there's just a hill that you don't want to bother carving out. Yet over here, maybe it's flatter. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make it a little better by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make another 5 block gap, just extending the house this way, and then adding these. Now we have a whole extension to our house. Alright, now let's add the gravel and the andesite to our list. And then let's get rid of these so that we can get a fresh palette. Alright, so now that we have our supports that have to still go up, I just forgot about that. You have to decide on how tall you want it to be. Well, some people go for this. And then when they make their house, let's say that this was their roof. Look at this. It's just not high enough. Now some people make it a bit better and go for, darn it, cub. Hold on, my select key isn't really working today. Guess I have to be closer. Well, I don't see many people do this, but they extended their roof a little bit, and it allows a bit more space, but it's still not good enough, since, let's say there's a chest. You can't place it there, only here and here. So instead, make it 4 blocks tall. So you can have either 3, or you can extend it by a slab and never hit your head on the wall. But I usually go for 5 blocks, because we have a lot of space, and it's like an actual house. Or if you want an even taller house, you can have your slab there, and it's even better, because you can, for say, have your lighting just like that, just sticking out of the wall, almost like a slab. So I like to have it 5 blocks high. So to each of these, add 4 to make it 5 high. Alright, now that I got my big towers, you can kind of see how the house is going to shape. There's going to be a big room here, and then a little room there. Now, some people think, oh, now what? Let's just build walls there, and then it'll just be done. But really, some people just forget they should add supports along here where their wall is going to be, just to avoid confusion. Now you can see the whole difference. Now that I put these, you can actually see what you're making. And now at this point, you can, well, I'm actually just testing this feature out. Perhaps you can add these over different areas of your base. So, for example, it's almost like a support beam. Now, this doesn't look right now, does it? Some people would just ignore it. But really what I'd do is I would add a separator. Like this. And then, instead of this going to outside, this can just be a wall with, say, whatever you want. Like furnaces, storage, anything. But we'll get into that later. Now, you just need to close this off and add supports out to everything you connect it to, or else it won't look right. So, for example, that has a support, that is a support, this doesn't have a support, so let's add it now. But then it doesn't look right at the top, because, you see, with this, you have just the random edges, so only on the outside, you'd want to have this, for every single support you make. Has to be facing upwards, or else it will not look right at all. It'll look left. No, just kidding. Alright, so now we've divided our rooms, basically, with these wooden little stuff. Now, some people would get to the walls, then the ceiling, but I feel like the ceiling should be done first. Though some people might not, it's maybe not their style of building, but I usually go for the ceiling first. So we'll use slabs for this ceiling instead of blocks, as, for example, we'll start with the entrance here. We can add these for every midsection. For example, a 2-block wide one, or maybe even a single block wide, as almost like a pathway saying, hey, go this way. Though this is all messed up with the different dividers, but I don't usually do it like this. I just use these as a decoration for oddly shaped building ceilings. This is a problem, because if you move from odd shapes to even shapes, it won't look good. But because we know that everything on this side is an odd number, then we just need to draw these linear slabs like this. And then you can test out which side you like better. This cleaner side or this rugged side. I like the more cleaner approach, so I'll go like that. Unless you'd like to connect a rugged side to this cleaner side, which looks even better. Almost like a pathway. Alright, so now you'll see that for this larger room, we have this 2-block wide cobble. Maybe you'd want, instead of this 2-block wide, have a 2-block wide of the stone brick. But it's up to you. Actually, I forgot to do this. I'll turn chat off so that I don't really have to see them blabbering about RPs and stuff. So let's look from underneath. You can see that looks very nice. As you can see, there's these support blocks and everything. So now that we got our ceiling, let's do lighting. So first off, you want to see which is better. The lighting for the redstone lamps or the non-redstone lamps. And to do this, just off to the side, build this. It's a pillar of 3 with 3 blocks, pillar of 3, 1 block, pillar of 3, 3 blocks, pillar of 1. And now how you're going to do this is just on each of this side, build whatever pattern of roof you did. Just basically a mini roof. Next, you'll want to get your glowstone in and your redstone lamp. And then, for your redstone lamps, you're gonna need to have a block of redstone above it to power it. Now, to choose this, maybe you want to look around. I like this one, and some people, because it doesn't have the nice border that does, I don't like this one, so let's destroy it. This does take up more room, but then this will be hidden inside the roof, which you can hide different contraptions that I could show you later in the part 2. The part 1 will basically just be about exterior design, and then the interior will be part 2. This episode is exterior, part 2 is interior, and part 3 will be extra, just contraptions you can build inside your house to make it look even more interesting. But right now for this, we're gonna get our block of lampness and break these two. It's fine to have 2 beside each other of these lamps. It'll just help light the place up a bit more, and plus it's a bit more symmetrical. And there. Now from the top, you just want to place the block above every one of these. And now it's well lit. Alright. So now that we have our lighting covered, you can start with the walls. You're going to want your main blocks. We're going to start the main structure and form of the wall. So, first off, you're going to want to decide the pattern of blocks you're going to want it in. Like this, maybe even like this. And you just have to decide between these 3. Maybe even switch them up a bit. But personally, I think I like the approach of clean, less clean, rugged, with a stone bricks right somewhere along this. Well, you can choose this or the stone bricks. I'll choose stone bricks, and I will get an oak wood plank and put it there. Or not, I don't know. This is what you have to think about, if you should do this or not. See, I could change my mind all day here, but I think I like this. So just go along all the exterior of your walls doing this. Oh, and just one tip, even if you're not even recording YouTube videos or tutorials, always build in steps, and always pretend like you're almost doing a tutorial. Like, okay, now we're going to do this, now we're going to make the supports, now we're going to do something else. But what we want to do is that, so that when we have steps, it's all organized, and we're not really messing around. And whatever you do when you're building, never use World Edit unless it's for terrain. But terrain is great customized. But if you really know how to use World Edit, don't use it to make walls or anything. It just makes it look so much worse. Unless you are like a complete expert at World Edit and can make it look fantastic with World Edit. Anyway, so now that we have our walls, well, it's not our complete walls, but we'll see how it goes. So, next step is you're going to want to decide where you want the door. Usually, you'd want it centered with your wall, which is what I like it. Some people just like it head on, but I really enjoy it when it's off to the side a little bit. So what you want to do is you would want to get just a normal door. Now some people just do it like this. That's not interesting. You should never do it like that. What you should do it like is this, so that when you close it, it is like that. Because zombies can't actually open this, because this is actually considered an open door if you do it like this. So this is considered a closed door, and zombies won't try to open what do you call it? Closed doors. They will try to open closed doors. So if it's open like this, they will immediately close it when they go by. And they can't open this, because this is considered an open door. It's not actually an open door, but Minecraft registers it as an open door. Plus, it's in like this, and I don't believe they can do that. So whenever you do it, just always do it so that instead of doing it like this, like normal people do, because zombies can break this. I don't know if they can break this or not, but just in case, do it so it's in the wall, so that this is closed, this is open, so that it's completely zombie proof. So now that we have it on its side, you can always, next step, because we have the doors, now we just need the windows, which we're going to use our stained white paint for. Whoops. Alright. Always use panes, because blocks do not look good at all. So just add panes like this. And yes, that was a voice crack right there. So for each wall, you're going to want to have some panes. Now, some people, once they get their panes in and their floors in, they'll be like, oh, it's done. But no, it is not done at all. Now, I will consider the floors as being an interior design, as really you can't see the floors from the outside unless you're looking through the windows. And the floors is a lot simpler, so I'm probably going to fit it into our interior series. Not series, but video, just to help diverse everything and not to have everything scrunched into one video. But I just realized I forgot this. So just always follow these simple steps to make sure that you're making the best house that you can. Now, some people would just, again, they'd stop at this point because it already looks pretty darn well. Great. So we're almost done these. And last block for the windows. And there. Now, all we really need is some door side windows if you want. But my door isn't really big enough. Okay, so now that we have our main structure, and yes, it's our main structure, we're actually not done. You're going to want to get your different slabs out, your slabs, just because, well, who wouldn't want slabs with their building? Alright, so now we're gonna need, a wall, which we're gonna add to our palette. You'll always probably want to add and remove things from your palette as time goes on. Alright, so the first step is this. You're going to want to, what I usually do is I make these different corners just to kind of look interesting. And so there's one corner, and then just mirror it on the other side. Like so. Now this looks pretty good, right? Well, it's not quite done yet. Like, so for example, we should add those perhaps, but no, I'm not going to. Alright, so now when people have that, you're also going to want to work on these, which are the exterior ones. So you're going to want to have this, this, and this. And then that will be for your reversed kind, like this. The reversed one is a bit smaller than the non-reversed one, but I know that. I can add those. There, and there. So we have the entrance top done. Now we just need to finish up these. Now when you get to these linear supports, you're going to want to do a design like this. There. And then that kind of helps with that part. And then for these where there's no supports, just add this with supports under it. And like so. Again, if you look back over there, there's this, and then the supports under it. This, with this in between, the supports under it. You're gonna want this, here, and here. Again, just to check on over this side. Yes, we did it correctly. So we need, like we did before, this, and this, and this, this, and this, this, this. Now, there's a lot of problem solving over here, because we have these, which aren't really that hard to fix. In fact, it's pretty easy. So once again, you have your staircases here, then these here, with your polished andesite. And over here, you might want your stone slab on top for here, just to fill those up. In order to fill these ugly little gaps once in a while that appear in between the walls. So you're going to want these. Maybe you don't want them, but I'll say that you do, because if I say you do, you do. I'm just kidding. You can always edit these techniques, well, anytime, because I don't really own them. I just make them up as I go. Because in Minecraft, there's a lot of things you can do that are to edit your builds to make them look better or worse. I've forgotten what I put over there. Yeah, I put the same thing. Alright. And then let's put our stone slabs there. Alright. For the inner parts, just put the stone slabs above them, just to add a bit of more of a curve like they need. So on every single andesite block, add a stone slab, and we'll see how that looks. Alright, so I've added a stone slab on almost every single polished andesite block. And next, just get your stone bricks back, and then add your first layer to your roof. That's a lag spike. Oh no. That is not good. That was a big lag spike. I shouldn't actually be on a server right now. I don't know why I chose a server for this, but it was the worst idea ever. Alright, so now we're back right here. And we will add our stone bricks up here. Now you can actually do this in survival as well. It just requires a lot of materials, and if you are not lazy enough, then you can do it in survival. And sorry for the webcam if because I'm switching, so you can't really see me that well. Oh my god. This is actually the worst place to be making this. Okay. What? Alright, so I think in another episode we will start the roof. We will do the floor as well, with the roof, and then we're gonna do some exterior detailing. But this will be your main structure for your house. So, I hope that you all enjoyed your day and used some of these techniques that I showed you in this video. And I will see you in the next tutorial video that I will make shortly. Please remember to give a like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns about my building techniques. Thank you very much for watching and have a swell day.